Good morning, student. Yeah, we'll start our science class. Yeah, in last class we have started a microbes chapter. In that we have studied some of the points. Yeah, what is the heading of the chapter? Microbes are, or else microorganisms are friend and foe. Yeah, in last class we have studied about the different types or the categories of microorganisms, right? Yeah, what are the main group of microorganism? Is bacteria, yes, protozoa, algae and fungus. These are the four types of microorganisms. Next we studied about the viruses also. Viruses are not including in these four, but they are also a microorganism. After that we have studied where do these microbes are living. So in which habitat? In all the habitat they can. If it is a cold environment, if it is inside the human body, if it is in hot, a desert, everywhere it can. After that we have studied some of the microorganisms which are friend to us. Yeah, what are those? Yeah, yeast. We have taken a simple example, that is a yeast. Yeast are very helpful to us. Upon that we are by using this yeast we are preparing bread, idli, dosa, cakes, all those things. After that we have studied about the bacteria. Bacteria is also a very important microbe which are helping to us. In what way they are helping? Yeah, environmental cleaning, fermentation process, all those things we have studied. Yes, next after that we have studied about the commercial use of microorganism in big industries or factories. In what way they are using? The preparation of alcohol, wine, all the alcoholic beverages, they are using the microbes in there. Okay, we have studied about that. Next, all the friendly relationship with us and microbes we have completed. In today's class, we are going to study the harmful effects of microorganism. So, I will write down the heading, harmful microorganism. So, in what way they are harmful? Harmful microorganism. Yeah, tell me student, whether they are giving any diseases to us? Yes. Microbes are harmful in many ways, right? In many ways. Some of the microbes are causing diseases in human beings and plants and animals. In many ways they are attacking us only. Upon that they can attack the plants, they can attack the different animals. Even they can infect a small bacteria also. We have studied that is a bacteriophage. Bacteriophage are those microorganisms, they are giving infection or attacking the bacteria. See here, they can attack all the living things. Yeah, all the living organisms are infected by these microorganisms. Okay, next, such disease causing microbes are called as pathogen. What? It is called as pathogen. See, pathogens means nothing but they are the microorganism itself. They are causing diseases to animals. Okay, all the living organisms. So, it is called as pathogens. Don't make confusion. This is the microbes itself. The pathogens means the microbe itself. See, they are giving diseases to us. We studied that one, but not only for us, they can spoil the food items. Yeah, all the food items are spoiled by or else rotten by these microorganisms. And clothes, sometimes we can see clothes. In rainy season, we can see the cloth. If it is a new cloth, if after use, we are storing or else preserving or else we are keeping inside the cupboard. What will happen after some time? If you are going to open that one, we can get the small patches in white patches or else powders in our clothes, or else we can get the different bad smells because of the cloth also can infected, or else it is also the microbes also spoil that clothes. We know that food items, how in food items, in last class we have studied we have observed how the bread are getting the fungus. See, that is a bread mold. Because of the moisture, they can grow over there. The pathogens or else the microbes, they can grow over there. Upon that, the leather also, if you have any leather bag, belt and all, you can, or else purses, you can observe wallets. We can observe that in there also we can see some of the fungus growth. Okay, that indicates that they also spoiled by whom? Microorganisms. Next we'll move the disease causing microbes in human beings. Yeah, just imagine how these microbes are entering to our body. In what way they are entering? Yeah, they are entering our body through the air we breathe, or else the food we have eating, or else the water we are drinking. Okay, through this they are, or else one more thing, to the direct contact with the infected person. If you are going to if you are going to touch that person, touching that person's clothes or any body parts or hands or anywhere, so that is also a way of disease transmitting, or else the pathogens are transmitting to us. Okay, the microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called as communicable diseases. Tell me student, what is communicable disease? Communicable diseases means nothing but, see what happened here, the microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person. Through what? It may be direct contact, or else water, or else food, or else air. Okay, through air, water or food, or else we can say the physical contact. Such diseases are called as a communicable diseases. Can you give the example for communicable disease? Yeah, which and all the example? One of the famous example nowadays the famous disease is that is a coronavirus. Yeah, how it is transmitting? Whether it is a communicable disease? Yes, that is a communicable disease. How it is transmitting? From one person to another person. How we can say whether this corona is a communicable diseases? We know that corona or else COVID-19, it is a viral diseases. So through the direct contact to that person, we know that it is well famous. Coronavirus is a very famous virus nowadays, so that we know about that, how to the direct contact to that person. After that, if you are going to touch your eye or else nose or else mouth, you will get that virus. Okay, so viruses are spreading like that. Okay, it is not because of air, it is not because of water, not because of soil or else food items. So it is through the direct contact with the infected person. Come to know? Yeah, any other diseases, can you give the example? Yeah, that is a cholera disease. Upon that, the common cold also, the chicken pox, TB, tuberculosis, all those things are the communicable diseases. Just we'll take an example, common cold. How it is? Just I will say, student, in your class, if one student, he is getting disease like a common, he is suffering from that disease, common cold. What happened? Next day, immediately, who is sitting next to that girl, that is a friend to her, she can get that, because it is very, what it is also because of the communicable disease. Next day, if you are, after that, after 2 or 3 days, next if you are going to observe that class, means many of them they will get this disease, because that is a communicable diseases. So that your elders, grandmother, they are saying, if your brother or sister, she is getting the chicken pox, she used to say that don't touch her clothes, don't touch her any sanitary, any materials, or else if you are going and if you are sitting next to her, if you may get the infection. So the grandmother or your elders are saying, or they are avoiding the contact with that person. Okay, this is the reason, students. Don't think that they are saying simply this is the reason. why they are saying don't touch your sister's things or anything, those who got that disease, that is a chicken pox, because that is a communicable diseases. Next, see, next, who is carrying these pathogens? Do you have any idea? These pathogens, already we come to know that the microbes are called as, the disease causing microbes are called as a pathogen. Next, how these pathogens are entering to any host cell, how it is, or else host body. Yeah, that is about the carrier, the carrier. The carrier means nothing but the animals or else insects. If it is a small house fly, if it is a mosquito, cockroach, all those things, the animals, they are carrying these pathogens. Okay, they have the pathogens in their body. That pathogens are entering in some way to the other person so that they can get the diseases. Yes, one simple example will take to better understanding of this carrier, student. Just you take the example as a mosquito. Do you know which mosquito is responsible for the malaria disease? Yeah, that is the Anopheles mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquitoes are responsible for the malaria. They are having the a protozoa in his body, that is, that mosquitoes are the carrier of these Plasmodium vivax, that is the scientific name of that protozoa, okay, which is responsible for the malaria. Do you know about the dengue fever? Yeah, who is responsible? Which mosquito? That is a female Aedes mosquitoes are responsible for that one. So these mosquitoes are carrying the viruses which is giving the dengue fever. Come to know? Next, tell me, student, how can we control the spread of this malaria or else dengue? We come to know that two diseases also because of the which one? Mosquitoes. So what we have to do? We have to kill or else we have to control the mosquitoes population, or else we have to kill that mosquitoes. How we can kill? It is very difficult to kill one mosquito. So you have to, as a bulk you can kill. If it is any water in where it is living, actually the mosquitoes are very happy when it is a stored water, if it is any stored water. Okay, so it is laying egg over there, so you have to avoid that storage of water in tire, in toys, coconut coir, any plastic materials. Okay, so you have to avoid that one. If you saw any mosquitoes larva in any flower pot or anywhere, what you have to do? Simple method, you can use the kerosene to that one. Yes, just add small quantity of kerosene to that one. So because of that they can die. Okay, they can die. Okay, just refer or search the scientific reason behind that, student. You have to refer the scientific reason behind that. Why the people are adding the kerosene to the mosquito to kill the mosquito larva or its egg or any pupa. Okay, yeah. Next, after that we'll see, okay, already we come to know that what is a communicable disease, what is pathogen and what is carrier, who is carrier. Next we'll some of the animal diseases, so that is a human diseases. Okay, next we'll see some of the human diseases and its causative organism and mode of transmission and how we can prevent or preventive measures for that or what diseases. Okay, first one, see here the human diseases, that is a polio. Yeah, do you know what is polio? Yeah, polio is a causative organism, that is a virus. Have you seen any polio infected person? Yeah, collect the information from them. Okay, collect for your better understanding. Next, how this polio is the mode of transfer, how it is going to transfer from one person to another because of the air or water. So we can say polio is the airborne disease or else polio is a waterborne diseases. Yes, next one, measles. Do you know what is measles? Have you seen the measles infected person? If you didn't see, just search in your Google or anywhere so that you can get the pictures. What a dark red color spots like a chicken pox, okay, like it is a full rashes we can see in their body. That is about the measles. That is because of the virus itself. That is the airborne diseases. Next, tuberculosis, TB, yeah, that is because of the bacteria. That is the respiratory tract infection, okay. Yeah, so it is because of the mode of transmission is the air itself. Next one is the chicken pox. Do you know which is responsible? That is a virus. That is also a air. Upon that it can transfer the direct contact. In two ways it can transmit, air or as contact, okay. The viruses are, they can spread in air or in their hands and all. So if you are going to touch them or if you are going to touch their clothes and all, if it is there contaminated means surely you will get. Next we will see the preservative measures, or that is in general I am saying, in general how we can preserve this one. Keep the patient in complete isolation. Once you got that patient means, if it is a chicken pox patient or any of these four, you have to keep them in isolation. And periodically you have to observe the changes what is occurring in their body, okay. Next, keep the personal belongings of the personal belongings of the patient away from those of the others. So all the things, even you know that if it is chicken pox, what they are doing, all the things, what is the clothes, all those things, they are keeping separately. We have to give the vaccine also. Vaccine, a particular age, suitable age, they have to get the vaccine for this one. Next we will see the cholera virus. Cholera virus is, sorry, cholera not is a virus, it is a bacteria. Cholera, not corona, it is. Cholera is a bacterial diseases it is. Upon that the mode of transmission, water and food. So what you have to do, water, always you have to drink hot water or else heat it, boil it and cool it. If you want, you can keep it in the fridge, but don't use the tap water for the direct drinking purpose, okay. Next, the food, don't open food or uncovered food, just you have to avoid that one, uncovered food or the open food, okay. After, if it is leftover food means you have to close tightly or else you can keep it in the refrigerator. Next, typhoid. Typhoid, it is common nowadays, so that is because of the paratyphi and typhoid bacteria are there. Next, that is because of the water. Here also we have to, while drinking water, you have to take care. Maintain personal hygiene and good sanitary habitat. That is because what they are saying here, how the preventive measures, you have to drink hot water or else boil that one and you can cool it and drink. Okay. Next we will see the hepatitis A. Hepatitis, that is because of the virus. Here the mode of transmission, once again water itself, so you have to heat, boil the water and you have to take. Drink boiled drinking water. Vaccination. Here for the hepatitis, they are giving the vaccine. We know that in our childhood we got that hepatitis vaccine, hepatitis A. In periodically 2 months, 1.5 month, 2.5 month baby, they are the infant, they are getting these vaccines. Okay. Next one is a malaria. That is because of the protozoa. From the beginning we are studying, that is a protozoa. That is because of the mosquitoes are responsible. Which mosquito? Anopheles mosquito. They are carrier of which protozoa? That is the carrier of the Plasmodium protozoa. How we can prevent? Use the mosquito nets. Otherwise any mosquito repellent, the killers of mosquito we can use. Odomus creams, we are getting different mosquito killer. Nowadays we are getting the mosquito repellent. We can use that one. Upon that we can take the and repellents insects and control breeding of the mosquito. We have to do that first. You have to observe our surrounding and make clean, keep it clean. Upon that, avoid the storage of water in anywhere. If it is a flower pot, everywhere you have to avoid the storage of water. These are about the preventive measures and different diseases. Next, you have to refer more and more, student. What about the corona? Just think of human disease, that is a corona. Causative organism, which one? That is a virus. Mode of transmission, how it is? Because of the direct contact. Preventive measures in general, how we can? We have to use hand sanitizer, we have to use mask. Upon that, we have to drink hot boiled water, and we can salt goggling, upon that mouthwash goggling, all those things we can do. Okay, add more and more diseases and refer and collect more information about the causative organism, mode of transmission and preventive measures. Okay, only this much is there in your textbook. You have to collect more and more. Okay, what about the anthrax virus? What about the rabies? Rabies diseases, you know, do you know rabies virus, what it is happening? Yeah, that is a viral. Upon that, mode of transmission, how it is? Any animal bite, that is a dog bite. Okay, next, preventive measures, how it is? Yeah, we have to prevent. How we can prevent? Yeah, once we got that, immediately you have to take the vaccines. Okay, this is about the human diseases. Yes, so that we have studied the human diseases and its causative organism, all those things. Next, one scientist named Robert Koch. Okay, in 1876, he discovered that is the anthrax disease, and which is the causative organism for that one, that is the bacteria. Okay, he is saying and he is studying more about that, and he finally concluded that anthrax is because of the bacteria. Okay, in 1876. Yes, next we will move to the plant diseases. Okay, only few we are going to study here. There are many plant diseases we can get nowadays. Okay, in some of them we will list out here, student. That is a plant disease. Here also once again microorganism, mode of transmission. First one is a citrus cancer. Have you seen citrus cancer? Yeah, seen lemon. In first class we have observed that one citrus fruits, they are getting the patches in first class. Just recall, student, in first class we have studied that one. So once again I am not going to show that one. Okay, yeah, that is a citrus canker. Okay, it is a citrus canker. That is because of the bacteria. We can see this one in all the entire family of citrus fruits, like a lemon, like a orange, like a musambi, all those things. Any other citrus fruit they can infect or affect by these bacteria. Next, the mode of transmission is direct air. Through air it is going to transmit. See how serious it may be then. If you have in field there will be a number of plants means, or a number of tree means, what will happen if one citrus plant is getting these infection means, after few days it can spread to entire field. Okay, all the plants will get that one because it is transmitting very fast in air. Okay, next, rust of wheat. Have you seen this one? Yeah, rust of wheat, that is because of the fungus we can get. It is not only in wheat, it is also we can see in the rice. Okay, it is in or in paddy field we can see. Upon that, in many grains we can see. Okay, that is because of the fungus. Next, that is air and seed. So in air we come to know, in seed how? While if at the beginning what we are doing, we are which seed, that suitable seed we are going to take, no, that time if this disease have the seed which is infected by this fungi, if you are going to collect that one, means it is very dangerous. Next, full entire field will cover with this virus. So avoid collecting such as seeds. Okay, while collecting seeds also you have to keep it in a mind, because it should be disease free. Yes. Next, yellow vein mosaic of, see, have you know okra plants? Okra means, in simply we can say that is what a lady's finger, that is a bendekai we are saying, that is also a type of okra plants. Okay, in that we can see in leaves and all, we can see the white patches like that. Okay, have you seen that one? Yeah, if you didn't, observe your home garden itself, there you can see this one. Yeah. So that is because of the virus. Viruses are responsible, that one. So it is because how it is transmitting? Insect. Once the one insect, any insect, honeybee or any insect, it is going to going near to that plants or leaf or flowers, what happen? The viruses will stuck over there in its leg and all. So what will happen? Once it is going to the next, after that it is going for the next plant. Next plants may get this virus. Come to know disease about this one. We can get in tobacco plants also. Upon that we can get in the mango tree also. Upon that we can get in apple. All those things, all the plants are getting different diseases. So you have to collect more and more examples, students. So you have to make this table or column lengthier. You have to add more and more points and collect the organism responsible, that one, and the mode of transmission. Next, how we can control this one? How we can control these diseases, plant diseases? Plant diseases, we have to use some chemicals. Do you know any chemicals? The insecticides, the pesticides, the fungicide, bacteria also we are getting the bactericides, all those things. This is because to control the plant diseases. So you have to, they can be controlled by the use of certain chemical which kill the microbes. Have you seen your parents or your grandfather? He used to use, or else he is using a pump and he is spraying to his garden, because to control the plant diseases such as, okay, what viral disease, plant bacterial disease, fungal disease, etc. So whether your jasmine or rose plant it getting any disease, or else your arecanut plantation, in your coconut plantation, can you see any diseases? Yeah, if you see, or else ask with your parents and write down about it. Okay, so if you are getting the diagrams for these, you have to collect and you have to keep it in you. Okay, make a collection book, you can stick over there. Okay, yeah. Next we'll move to the food poison. What is food poison? Yeah, you have the experience, right? You have whether you have that experience, food poisoning. What happened if you got the food poison? Yeah, you start to vomit, or else diarrhea will start. Loose motion we are saying that will get. Because what is food poisoning, student? Actually, who is responsible for that food? Yeah, I will say a small incident. One day, Raju attending a party in his friend house itself. Okay, what happened? All things, many different varieties they are preparing, all those things he is taking. Okay, he is taking all those, he is eating all those things. After that, what happened? He started to vomit. What a motion also started, that is a loose motion. He is getting the loose motion. Immediately they are consulting a doctor, and doctor saying that Raju got the food poison. This is because of the food poison. So what is food poison? Yeah, food poison means nothing but the microbes are responsible for that one. Those microbes are present in that food because that food is got spoiled or rotten food. Sometime after, if the microbes are attacking the food, means the food may get change in color or a change in the texture, change in the smell, all those things. Taste also may change. So because of that, the microbes responsible for that one, those microorganisms are once entering to our body through food, immediately you will get some diseases or some infection. Okay, some symptoms they are showing. Okay, that is about the food poison. Next we will see the food preservation. How your grandmother preserving pickles in your home. Next we will see food preservation. Yeah, just have a look here, the food preservation. Already I said that how your grandmother, she used to preserve the pickles. What she is adding to that one? How she is preserving? Yeah, she used to add the salt, more and more salt she is adding. Upon that, she is adding vinegar to that one. Because of that salt and vinegar, the food is preserved for a long time. Okay, for a long time, 1 year also, nothing will happen to that pickle. Okay, for the dry fish, they are adding that one. For the meat, they are adding that one. If any dry fruits if you are getting, they are adding some preservatives for that one. What is preservatives then? Preservatives means that the materials or the chemicals or anything which is substance which is adding to prevent the food is called as preservatives. Come to know, student? Yes. Next we will see salt and edible oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microbes. So to check the growth of microbes, generally what they are doing, they are using salt or edible oil. Okay, therefore they are called as a preservative. Because of that they are called as a preservative. Yes? Yeah. Next, preservation by common salt. Already we have discussed how your mother, she is preparing the pickle, she is adding more and more salt to that one. Not only for the pickled mango, any other, if it is a amla, that is a gooseberries if you have, upon that any other fruits, if she is going to preserve, means she is adding that one. Preservation by sugar. Where the preservation by sugar, that is in any fruit crush or as fruit pulp and all they are preparing, no, that time they used to use sugar to that fruit juice and fruit pulps, all those things. Okay, preservation by oil and vinegar. Can you give the example for the vinegar? A simple example, that is a mango pickle, how she is preparing. She is to use vinegar to that one. Not only mango, any other pickles if she is preparing, means she used to use that one. Oil also sometimes. Okay, for many they are using the oil as a preservatives. Heat and cold temperature. Heat and cold temperature. If you are going to see, means what? Your mother, once she got the milk, what she is doing? Immediately she is going to heat that one, boiling that one. What happened? Once it is get boiled, so all the microorganisms are killed, what is present in that milk. So it is preserved. So such a things, the milk which is heating, that is the preservative methods of milk is called as a pasteurization. Come to know, refer more and more about that pasteurization. In industries, in milk industries, they are using this method itself. They are not keeping, or else they are not taking that gas stove or anything. Directly they are pasteurizing the milk. We are getting the nice packets of pasteurized milks. Yeah, if you see the Good Day, Good Life, not Good Day, that is a biscuit, Good Life milk, if you are going to keep many days outside the fridge, means also nothing will happen. That is because of the microorganisms are killed, already they are finished, killed all those microorganisms by pasteurization method. What about the cold temperature? All things, if you got any vegetables, if you got any cake or pastries, what you are doing? Just keeping where? Inside the fridge. What happened that time? Because of the cold temperature, the food items or as fruits, vegetables they can prevent the growth of microorganism, either heating or cold. Sometimes we can heat, sometimes we can by seeing the textures of that one. Okay, next, storage and packing. While storing and packing, that time also you have to take care. See, if you are getting chips packet in where in bakeries, what they are doing, if it is 1 month means also nothing, but how crispy it will be. The chips are very crispy. How that is a very nicely we can get. Once if you are opening that one in your home, opening the pack, next if you are going to keep for 2 days means surely it will attack by the microorganism. That is a fungal growth we can see. Soft, it may become very soft. Crispiness will go, remove that character will be removed because that is attacked by the microbes. So that they are using the nitrogen to that one, nitrogen gas they are filling to all the bakery packets. Okay, kurkure, all those things you are getting, no, all the things, for all they are adding this nitrogen. Because of that nitrogen, all the microorganisms are controlled. Okay, this is about the food preservation. Next we will see the chemical method. Chemical, how in chemical method they are using the chemical like salt or oil, sometimes sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate. These are some of the example, the chemicals those who are using to prevent the food items. Okay, yeah, so we have completed. Just we will glance from the beginning what we have studied in the today's class. Just we will recall. So in today's class mainly we studied about the harmful microorganisms and disease causing microorganism. That time we got three new words, that is a pathogens. What is pathogens? Yeah. Next, communicable disease. What is communicable disease? Next we will got, that is one more point, that is who is carrier of this one. Yeah. After that we have studied about the animal disease and I said to collect more information to you. Upon that we have studied plant disease. Once again I said to collect more information about that. Next we study the food preservation and food poisoning. The chemical method we have studied. Just write down the question, student, only from the today's class. Yeah. What is pathogen? Yeah. What is, write a short note on communicable diseases with example. Yes? Yeah. Next, who is a carrier of Plasmodium protozoa? Who is the carrier of dengue virus? Okay, who is the carrier? How to write the name, already we have discussed. Okay, write a short note about the food poison. Yeah, write how you can preserve food items in your home. Okay, not in industry, in your home. Okay, which measures you are taking, you have to write. Okay, one more question. Write the preventive measures of malaria diseases. Okay, thank you, student.